Hey folks, welcome to today's stream. I'm gonna do about an hour today, and you might have seen it's really fun. The new Capenna spoilers are coming out. There are going to be a bunch of new planeswalkers and a bunch of new things. And we can play also an event, and they allow us to try out some of the new Alchemy cards. They buffed a bunch of Alchemy cards, mainly elves, actually. A lot of the elf cards have been buffed. I don't know whether I actually really want to play a whole lot of elves at the moment, but I probably do want to. Try out the event because it offers really nice rewards. It offers a lot of rare wildcards. If you look at these events, Wizards has actually been trying to improve the arena economy a little bit. Like, obviously they are not going to make it very easy to get into the game, but you can store up on a rare cards a little bit easier, which is very important when you start the game, and also very good for players who've been playing for a while like me, because I want to play Historic, and in Historic there's just so many changes, new cards coming out, and so on and so on. So, you know, being able to check out some of the new cards and play with them is very nice, and being able to get a couple of rares in the process is also very nice. Especially the new set is going to come out in a few weeks, and we know that there are going to be triumphs in it. So we need all the triumphs, 5 times 4, 20. And we also need, of course, not only the triumphs, but we're going to need the several other cards from the set, and that means that it's going to be very useful to have a bunch of rare wild cards. So opponent is trying out the adventurer and the elf cards as well. Many of these have been buffed. I don't really see any buffed ones that my opponent is playing at the moment. Maybe Pairs of Litiara has been buffed. Not sure. I don't think so. I'm not sure. I think they're trying to play here artifacts. Sorry, adventure most likely. I'm very sleepy today. My wife is in month 7 of the pregnancy, and you know, she doesn't sleep well. The baby is moving around a lot, so because of that, she often wakes up, and I often wake up. We chat a bit. I massage her a bit, so you know. Okay, they managed to remove Sorin. Oh, I see. I should have read Bears of Litiara and not play Sorin into it, right? Veteran Adventurer. That looks so fun. So it's every class: Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, Wizard. And it's cheaper to cast for having things. Very cool. I like that. So if I would have read Bears of Litiara, I wouldn't have cast Sorin into it, of course. Or I would have drawn a card off it to try and enable my Invoke Despair. But never mind, that's life. Adventure, they're really trying to push Adventure, they're really trying to push Venture, they're really trying to push Elves. And I like that. I think it makes more cards playable, it makes the meta more diverse. And the good thing about that is that we all have those cards sitting around in our collection, right? Like anyone who has been playing in the last 2 years has all these standard cards and all these different kinds of things just sitting around in their account, not really doing anything. And it's just very nice. It's just a good feeling to suddenly have them buffed, and you have the option to maybe create a deck that just wasn't there before. And suddenly you are like, oh, okay, I can actually make a deck and play something, and that's just so much fun. And especially with the elves, there is of course one build of elves which is already very capable and historic. If you look at elves, they're very good in best of one because they can flood the board very fast. They can create a lot of extra mana and then just pop off. But that's not the case in standard. In standard, elves aren't really playable, and also okay, I wanted to try out this lock since somebody did it to me. So this way, if we keep these creatures up, we're going to be able to discard our opponent every turn. So they will never again play another card, unless it's an instant card what they draw. Cool. Okay, and this event is really good. I mean, look at that. You can sign up. It's cheap, and I think it's free. You get 2 wild cards, 2 rare cards. Sorry, not wild cards, but 2 rares. You get a couple of packs. It's brilliant. They should have more events like this. I think this feels to me like the events that we used to have when the client started, and they wanted a lot of people to engage with the client, and they wanted a lot of people to join the game, and they wanted to make it friendly to new players who don't know it so well, maybe don't have a card collection, don't have a paper collection, don't have a MTGO account, and they were just really offering a lot of chances to earn packs and wildcards and rares and mythics. And that was a good period because, of course, even then it took months to get all the rare lands you needed, the shock lands and the check lands. It was the Ravnica standard, it was doable. It was doable. I don't think today that's doable. I think today, if you want to get into a format like Alchemy or Historic, you need, I mean, even if you just want to make one really good deck, probably something around something around 40 rares. It's gonna take a while to get those, unless you spend a ton of money at the beginning on packs, but I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. It's just not really good value. So yeah, this event is brilliant. Play it, try it out. This is actually a player-friendly good thing. And it's not, I mean, it's not really fair of me to just to just play this specific deck. I should be playing probably something with the new cards, but I'm a little bit busy. I have to get through a couple of articles today for my research, and I have to meet a friend who's visiting from Oxford in Tokyo. Later, I also want to go do my run. I need to write some handouts for my students and so on and so on, update my website. I just got a research paper published yesterday, and you need to enter the data in so many databases so that people can see that you're actually doing something. But never mind. I'm gonna play a couple of games in this event and just enjoy this for today. I was planning actually to do a So I'm just updating the information of the stream. We got a planes from our opponent. We're gonna cast Kikijiki. Opponent seems to be... What are they playing? Are they also trying out the adventurers? Maybe. I wonder what RDV means. What does that stand for? Yeah, anyway, this is a good day for Magic. I mean, this is a fantastic event. It's fun that they're buffing the adventure and the Elves cards, because they're both nice concepts. It's good to have more viable tribals as well, right? Like in Historic, we have really only Merfolk and humans. Sorry, goblins as well. And if you go to Best of Fun, then of course Elves can do a good job. But wow, that's gonna be a big spirit. It's a big boy spirit. Oof. It's a very big boy spirit there. Wow, wow, wow. The opponent is not playing around, man. It's really giving it as it is, right? Oof. Wow, what a draw. Well, it's gonna be Hive. It's gonna be Infernal Grasp. It's gonna be the Kiki token. And then we're just gonna cast our black mana and try to get to Invoke Despair. Orcus can do a good job because it can get rid of all these little spirits if I pump it for one. I don't have any creature in the graveyard. I like Orcus. He's not like a super strong card, but if you get to the late game, 6-7 mana, he can do a brilliant job. He can get rid of small critters that clog up the board, and if you have something useful in the graveyard, you can get that back. And obviously with Fable, it's a little bit of an anti-synergy because Fable makes tokens, so they don't go to the graveyard, you can't get them back. But I think now opponent is going to be a little bit upset because I'm just going to cast Orcus with one. I'm going to get rid of his 2 spirits, and bye-bye. Yep, and we're just going to attack, make another treasure token, and next turn, whatever they play, I'm just going to start Invoke Despairing them. So from that point on, we're probably going to just win the game. My creatures enter the battlefield tapped. Well, it's not quite there yet. It's not a bad card, but I don't think against this deck it's doing a lot of harm. And next turn we can keep up Reflection of Kikijiki. If they have some kind of removal, we can just copy the card that they're trying to remove. It works even with Orcus, it's legendary, but you know, if they try to remove it, we just copy it, and we can sacrifice the copy that they're trying to remove once they have targeted it. So this is a really good card if you're playing slower games. In a fast game, it can be too slow, but in the current game, it's doing a brilliant job. Right, before we get to the point that we could start copying things, my opponent starts... they start out with this. I'm gonna play Bugbear and use some of my treasures. I have plenty of treasures, so I'm fine. They're going to have to discard 3 cards here. So they lose 6 life and I draw 3 cards. Yeah, I mean they can get rid of the enchantment. Then I just... Okay, that's still good. Right, let's just get in. Make another treasure. And we are perfectly fine. We have removal, we have damage. I think this is a brilliant position. We are going to win here next turn. I'm a little bit sorry for opponent. They should have obviously drawn more lands. And we had a very good hand, so not much we can do about that. And I think here we're just going to get rid of their Kami. Yeah, we can do that on our turn as well, but I might just get rid of it here. So we don't... Yeah, it's just not in the way. It's better not to have it around. Ah, okay. Opponent also has some cheeky cards, so that's another good reason to try and get rid of the Kami. Yep. Yep. Very good, very good. And then we just make a copy actually of this little guy, and then we get 2 treasures when we attack. With plenty of mana, and we're good. Yep. Very good, very good. So we get 2 packs. I mean, this event is extremely generous. People play this event. This is the Alchemy Try the Latest Changes event. Free to enter. They buffed a bunch of Alchemy cards. For your first win, you get 2 rares, which are I got 2 Alchemy rares, so probably that's what you're going to get. You'll get a bunch of Alchemy Kamigawa packs, so the rares are going to be some of the Alchemy rares. And if you don't play Alchemy, of course, this event is not really for you. But if you want to just get into it for free, it's good. And I don't really play Alchemy, but I do love Historic. And I think Historic is the deepest, most complex, most fun format for me in MTG Arena. Because of this, I just really appreciate the opportunity to get a bunch of free cards for it. Because the sad truth is, no matter whether or not we like that truth, that Historic has Alchemy integrated. So if you want to play Historic, you will need a bunch of the Alchemy cards, and otherwise you sort of fall behind, and the meta is going to evolve in ways that you can't keep track with, can't keep up with. So, yeah, we're just gonna draw 2 cards here. And that's nice. We're curving out neatly so far. I think it's just nice to get rid of this kind of thing, right? And we can still keep up some removal. I don't want my opponent to make a bunch of tokens. Are they going to filter? Yeah, wow, they had a lot of land. I would love to keep Takenuma, actually. Wow. That's gonna make it a bit harder for me to keep my dragon, sadly. So, what should we do here? Should we keep up removal and play Kiki-Jiki, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, or I think I just go with the dragon. I do suffer a bunch of damage, but whatever. Yeah. No, I'll take the 2 damage for the moment, because I can activate Dan or Hive, and at the moment my damage output is a lot more than the damage I take from my land, so we can keep racing and hope to finish our opponent before the loss of house would matter too much. I'm sitting here today with this gigantic mug of decaf coffee. I just simply feel like I wouldn't survive the day without that very, very generous output of coffee. Okay, we're going to have to remove that before my opponent's turn ends. And we're also going to remove the Kiki-Jiki, but the main thing is for us to be able to kill off the Sorin with the Goldspan Dragon. We don't want our opponent to get a big card advantage of it. We also want to, of course, remove that. So I think first we're just going to... What are we going to do here, actually? We're first going to kill off Sorin, that's for sure. Sorin is going to go. Yep. Sorin is a bit too dangerous with his life-linking flyers. And do we want to Fable and just keep up a treasure? Or do we want to bring one of the meat hooks? I think bringing one of the meat hooks is nice. It can help with... yeah, it can help because just getting the pings on opponent is good. They're going to remove that before we get a chance to do anything with it. Sad, but understandable. Yep, I'm gonna take the 2 damage. I do want to stay on 5 lands just in case I draw another dragon or something else, and also if I need to double spell for something, it's good to have the option to do so. Now opponent can't really copy anything, we gain life, so we go back up to 14, that's fantastic. And Rahilda looks fun. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm gonna discard these, why not? I really just want to see what my deck does. I haven't played a whole lot with this before, so am I just going to try and kill them? Most likely, right? Most likely I'm just going to try and kill them. So Dragon's gonna go in again. We're gonna create a treasure, and we'll keep the manlands on defense. Yeah, resolve. Take the 2 damage. I'm okay with that. Opponent's turn, and their Rahilda became a 2/2 double striker. That's dangerous. It's very cheeky and very dangerous. So we can still block it with the Hive, and then we get rid of our Hive, which keeps damaging us. So, yep, I'm okay with that trade. Yep. Oh. What's going on here? Oh, that lost the ability because of the Town Razor. Ah, so silly I am. So only the Goblin has the ability, of course. And Rahilda is going to get cards from my deck. Ouch. Ouch, mate. Big mistake on my part here. I should have kept the Meathoot Massacre and cast it. Well, nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. Absolutely nothing I can do about that. And they get another Kiki. Ooh, this hurts. What a misplay on my part. Wow. What a misplay on my part. So, Town Razor, I remembered the text that it does 2 damage to the owner, but I totally forgot about the text that it loses all abilities except mana abilities. Which is of course a bit silly. I should read my cards more carefully. Oh well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, now that's a good card. That can help us. That can help us out here. So we do wanna... I think I do wanna cast this. And see what opponent does. Okay, they're gonna get rid of that and that. We gain a life. I might have to keep the gold span here just to keep the Rahilda at bay. Or I block with one of these and I keep going in with Rahilda, with the dragon. I mean, that's an option as well. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. It's risky, it's not optimal, but not much I can do about that. We're just gonna try and kill my opponent before they kill us, basically. That's the idea here. Yeah, we're going to sack that. We have enough lands now. We don't need it anymore. Drawing another Invoke Despair would be decent. Yeah, this is a decent deck. Alchemy, Rakdos, midrange. So this is the Alchemy, Rakdos, midrange. It is what we are playing. The new cards are really sweet. If you haven't checked out yet the spoilers, I can really recommend you the new Capenna spoilers. MTG Goldfish has a really good compilation of them. They get my Agra Mauling. That would have been perfect for me to remove Rahilda, but tough. Okay, at least opponent gets pinged. And if they don't have removal, then we can just kill them here with the Den. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at whether or not my opponent can stop this for 1 mana. No! Yes! Yes, we got there. It made sense to be aggressive and keep attacking with the Ballspan Dragon. This is such a good deck. It's actually fun to play. I wish something like this would be really playable in Historic, but I think this kind of mid-range is just a little bit too slow. Oh, Liberator I've already tried in mono green. It's really rather good. Double holographic, exile it from your hand to the creature card in your hand and your duplicate. What is so good that you definitely want multiples of it? Like Inquisitor Captain? Does it go into the Yorion Blink creature deck? And that's a really fun deck. It's quite wonky bonky, but wonky bonky decks can be pretty fun. So yeah, it's a playable hand. A lot of cards we can cast, we can keep drawing, so we can try to look for more lands, and I think that's what we're going to do here. Just pass. At the end of opponent's turn, we're going to painfully bond. Yep. As for control, let's have a look at what we can find. We need lands, so I hope we can find a couple of lands, otherwise this game is going to be over very soon if my opponent hits their land drops and we don't. And they're setting up a nice controlling board. Okie dokie, we're gonna get rid of the professor. We're not getting rid of the professor. Not just yet. Okay, so we'll play the Fable then. I think that's the most mana efficient. We have a blocker or a treasure maker. More like treasure maker, I think. I like the new direction that they're giving white some ways to gain a little bit of card advantage. Well, not card advantage, but at least to keep up with other colors. The other colors all have such good options for filtering, card selection, card draw, straight up card draw. Of course, blue and black have a lot of card draw, but recently, finally, I feel like white is also getting a little bit more love. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go with those and have a look at what we can get. And yeah, we're just gonna cast the Connoisseur, get rid of their most expensive card. That was very good. Also make a treasure, which is important. And we can also filter if we want. We don't really want at the moment, do we? And we still need 1 or 2 lands for our deck to work really smoothly. I think this is a deck which likes to be able to cast at least 2 spells often. Well, I don't know what my opponent is up to there, but I was gonna get 1/1 and first strike from the Wanderer. Nice, I walked into that trap. I haven't played much against the Wanderer because in Historic it's not that common, and not yet at least, I don't know. I should have let that connect. So now I think I need to try and get rid of the 2 Planeswalkers, but I can't get rid of both of them. I have to choose one that I remove. And I could do it in one of two ways. I could use Bloodchief's Thirst for 4 mana. I have 2 mana left then, which is good for a Painful Bond. 3 mana if I count the little token. Maybe that's good, getting rid of the Wanderer and then beating down on Kaito. It might be better than using the Manland, right? Because that takes away all 4 mana. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get rid of the Wanderer. It's too dangerous. And then go with the little goblin after Kaito. And hope that next turn we can just finish it off. And maybe I can draw 2 with Painful Bond at the end of my opponent's turn. That might be the plan here. I wonder, should I use my selection with my blood token? I mean, we need to get rid of Kaito, and the Hagra Mauling isn't really helping a whole lot. Maybe the Painful Bond is good here because it enables me to see more cards. Yeah, I think we have to cast the Painful Bond and just hope to be able to find something that can help us against Kaito. Mauling, I'm still not a big fan of. But Massacre isn't doing a whole lot for me at the moment either. But okay, let's just keep this for the moment. I mean, I could activate my Den, copy it with my Reflection of Kikijiki, and it becomes a land. Dear God. Ah. Why? Mio Dio. Can I choose for the little goblin who is going to attack? I wonder. Not sure. Okay, I'm gonna get that. And we're going to attack Kaito with the little goblin as well. And they're going to create a samurai here. I think they're just wondering about how they're just going to straight up exile the Den. Or maybe it's good that I copied it then. But it wasn't a very, very successful turn on my part, no matter how I look at it. They have 2. Okay, so don't copy manlands unless you can pay for their activation cost. That's a lesson learned. I think my opponent is just going to kill us here. I think our opponent is just going to kill us here. And they're drawing so many cards with Kaito. It's beautiful, actually. It's really, really beautiful. Sorin as well. Everyone's here. Look at that. It's a big Planeswalker party. It's a big, big Planeswalker party. Eiganjo. Really everything. Wow. Awesome. So good. I'm not honestly happy, I think. Okay, Despair is not bad. Despair is actually not bad. But if I do Despair... Gosh. So how much mana do I have? I have black and untap. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Sadly, because this would take up 5 of our mana, right? So we have 3 mana left. So we can't cast the Mauling if we activate the Hive. If we do despair, we can Mauling. We can cast the Mauling. Okay, wait a moment. So we can cast the Mauling and then cast something still after combat. So I think this is still, maybe this is still worth it. So Kikijiki can just attack, right? It doesn't matter so much what I do with it here. Yeah. Yeah, so Kiki can get rid of the Emperor, this can get rid of Sorin, this can hit Kaito. We're really just trying to work our way through my opponent's immense number of Planeswalkers, and I think I'm just gonna invoke Despair, get rid of my opponent's creature just to help a bit with the pressure. And we get rid of their board, and we have a board. Mana-wise, we are on equal footing. We will be able to draw some cards, get rid of some of their cards. So yeah, this deck can grind. This is not bad. This is definitely not bad. We're doing alright. We're doing alright here, and that's a great draw. It's a great draw. We can copy Goldspan actually. Can copy Goldspan. That sounds pretty good. I can just copy Goldspan. Yeah. Just copy the Goldspan. And does the copy go away at the end step? Yeah. So I might keep one Goldspan back. But wait, I'm gonna have like they're gonna go after my real Goldspan, but I'm still gonna have like 5 mana. I think that's good. I think I want to have that mana. Yeah. I think I want to have that mana. I think that's even if I lose my real Goldspan to the Legion Angel. What? They don't block my real Goldspan? Ooh, that's... I think that was a mistake though on their part. So we can bring this for 1. Yes. And get rid of that. We gain 1 life. And we can still bring out another Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And get another little guy who can make us treasures. Yep. We get another... We ping for another life. I think we're in a good position. Unless my opponent can again build a board of Planeswalkers. Which is not impossible, of course. But as long as they can't remove the Kikijiki, we can copy the Goldspan, and we're in a really good position, I think. Yep. I'm very chuffed how this is going. I'm very chuffed with how this is going. Yeah, maybe these 2 can go, or that one. Yeah, I don't think I want to lose more life at the moment. I can't activate everything, but I can bring this. I can copy one of the 2 Goldspans, and basically I can just go in. I'm gonna go after Sorin, and I'm gonna go for lethal here. And I'm gonna get a bunch of treasures, which is gonna be really nice because I can cast the Connoisseur. That's a bit cheeky, but you know, whatever. Okie dokie, they're gonna gain some life. They're gonna lose some life. And we're gonna cast the Connoisseur. So that's gonna do some damage to me, but I won't die. And they're gonna lose one of their high cost cards. And we can end the turn. And we have almost killed our opponent. They're on 2 life. And they can gain a little bit of life with the Saurian vampires. That's for sure. They can drag the game out a bit. Yeah. And I think that was a bad idea. Because they can only block one of my two. Oh, okay, that's neat. Now they can remove the gold spam. That's good, and they even gain a life of it. Now suddenly I'm in a bad position, right? Because I'm gonna be the one who has to. Ouch! 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 So how is this going to go? We have two reflections, but the reflections can't attack just now. So we can kill we can kill the flyer, definitely. Activate the Hive Tyrant. Copy the Connoisseur. Right, so we want to kill that, definitely, right? Yes. We want to kill that. We also want to activate this. And we also want to copy the Connoisseur. And then they discard whatever they had in their hand. And we can go in for... We can threaten lethal. They have to block two of my creatures, so they lose both of their vampires. They can double block. I think we win, but this is very exciting, actually. This is a very, very exciting game. Yep. Yep. Okay. I think we are safe. I think we are safe. And opponent is in a bad position. So they can gain 3 more life, 4 more life. They can hit me for 7. Oh, they can hit me for lethal. Man, I really missed that. I really missed the interaction there. Yep, that's lethal. Well done, opponent. That's pretty impressive. Okay, that was a super cool game. I really loved this. Very surprised. But this is super good. And my opponent did a brilliant job here of playing the end game very nicely. This was great. I just loved it. So, but to be honest, I do feel a bit bad about playing all these not the new cards. Opening packs is also nice, right? We do get... Ooh, Undercity Plunder is actually super good. We do get more white cards, and because I have most of the Kamigawa cards, that's a little bit of vault progress as well. So, right, they have been updating a lot of things. Oh, Gitrog looks so janky funky. Gitrog looks so good. Juka Liberator looks very cool as well. Is it possible in Alchemy to make a decent Jund deck? I'm curious here if it's possible to make a decent Jund deck. So there is a lot of stuff I don't have, especially like the white things. To be honest, what I wanted to play most today was Magecraft. Spell Thief also looks so good. Siphoner is excellent in combo decks as one-off. It's just so versatile. Can get back something that you really need. Saboteur. Saboteur could be fun. I should try it in my ninja deck. So the rebalancing focused, somehow they rebalanced the Intimidator. I'm not sure what they did with it because I never played with this card. I think you needed more mana to activate it. The abilities. Yeah, they made it a little bit more aggressive. Still not a great card, but not horrible either. Current looks like an interesting card. Current looks like an interesting, fun card, like a very cool sideboard card. Toralf looks like a very janky, cool card as well. So yeah, Collector doesn't look bad either. Of course, I'm looking at mostly. Ah, yeah. So they're trying to push the green-black elves. My only problem with that deck is that I just don't really have the cards for it. I think. I don't think I do. I mean, I can have a look. Why not, right? We only live once. I don't think this is gonna be strong though. Oof. That just doesn't look very good to me. Well, anyway, let's give it a try. I mean, they did the favor of rebalancing these things for us, so why not give it a go? I still don't want to craft a bunch of elves. I never want to play again for this. Yeah, it's okay. Whatever, right? I mean, a lot of these elfin things are just weak. So, okay, let's say this is traditional alchemy, and we're looking at everything that's elf related. And we're looking in black and we're looking in black. I don't know. I mean, none of this looks good. None of this looks super good. Right, that's a very aggressive card. That's true. Sentinel might be okay. I don't have a single War Master. Is that true? Wow, I never casted one. But I never played elves. That's true. So, any interesting or useful or good elves? Yeah, you can really see that I never played elves, so I don't have most of these new cards. I mean, I have some of the historic elf cards, but I don't have any of the what was the Viking set's name? I don't even remember that. Oof. This looks horrible to me. It looks like a few good cards and then a bunch of jank. Really. The curve is way too heavy here. That's 3 mana, that's for sure. I don't think I would want to play this guy. And 4 mana is still a very tops. So maybe one copy of the Saga can go. And then it's 18, 22, 24. Yeah, that's reasonable. And it's how much? 8. Maybe we do want to be somewhat. Yeah, the problem is Harald is also a legendary, right? We don't want to draw multiples. Not really. It's a very, very weak 6-2. And it doesn't even have. Right, so I mean, if I played these colors, I would probably want to have some Undercity Plunderers. I would probably want to have some number. Yeah, so we could have Plunder and we could have, say, Bond, Painful Bond, right? And then we would need some decent removal, like Bloodchief stuff is okay. And maybe something else to destroy creatures unconditionally. Maybe 2 Infernal Grasps, and then in the sideboard some more creature removal. I don't know whether this is anything even remotely good, but I guess it's at least somewhat playable. Looks playable to me. So we're gonna make this for Alchemy and just see how it works. Binding would be definitely good in this deck though. The binding is just pretty good in most decks, right? So I might remove, maybe some of the creature removal can go into the sideboard. Elivik, probably one Elivik is enough. Is Elivik doing anything for elves, by the way? No, she's just a dungeon planeswalker. Okay, then that's easy. And we might roll with 22 as well. Okay. Pathway, Glade, Hollow. Playing Hollow is not great, but probably 2 of the campus would be alright. How many lands is that? Oh, they changed. Huh. Interesting. So we have 32 lands at the moment. We can cut 8 lands. That's good. I want to play around. The 20 is a bit too low. Is this primarily a green deck or primarily a black deck? It's a little bit more black than green. But we would want to play some number of manlands, right, as well. Of course, we would want to play a couple of the creature lands. Okay, so this would be Alchemy Elves GB best of 3. Wow. I would have never thought that I would make something like this. But this needs a sideboard as well. I'm not going to use it actively straight away, but yeah, just a few useful cards in general. I'm not that sure what's in the meta at the moment, so you know, maybe more plunders will just go in there. Just to have some hand disruption and duress against the more controlling games. And Sorin just seems like a good card overall against slow controlling decks. I would be quite content with playing one more. Okay. Let's finish the deck and try it out. Okay, so I want to play the last game of this event. I'm gonna give it a go just to see whether Elves suddenly became busted for Alchemy. I don't think so, but maybe it's less bad than it used to be. Don't take this as a big test because I don't have I only have 2 Scamper Avengers and I don't have any of the Warlords, which is the best card probably in Elves at the moment in Standard. So, you know, we're playing Jukai Liberators and other things instead of those. And we're gonna go with I might have to go with the Glade. Yeah. I think I have to go with the Glade because I'll need both colors if I want to draw with Painful Bond. So at the moment we can't cast these things. These things come later. Oof, my opponent. No forgiveness. 0 forgiveness on my opponent's part. You either join the dance or you fall by the wayside. Join the Dance reminds me of that fantastic, very creepy horror movie that came out maybe 2 years ago. What was the title? It was a Scandinavian movie. It was set, I think, in Sweden. But actually the movie has been made in Hungary, close to Budapest. The shooting location was there. It's a wonderfully creepy, fantastic movie. Right, so now we could bring Boseiju and have Shesra, Elf Warlock 1/4. When she enters the battlefield, target creature blocks this turn if able, but it's useless. Or at the beginning of your end step, if the creature died this turn, you may pay 2 life, and if you do, you draw 2 cards. Alternatively, we could bring Harad. When he enters the battlefield, you can look at the top 7 cards of your library, and you may reveal an Elf, Warrior, or Tiger card and put it into your hand. Or we can bring an Avenger or a Disciple. I'm very tempted to just bring a Disciple, sacrifice it, and then we're good for the turn. Because at the moment, due to Catilda, my opponent has a lot of mana, which is a problem. They might cast something unexpectedly big and nasty. And they do. Storm the Festival. Here we go. I'm sure they're gonna get like a Bran and something else. 4 Flying Angel pumping everything. Nice. Hello there. Plus Late to Rest. Whenever a human you control dies, draw a card. Whenever a creature you control with +1/+1 counter on it dies, you gain 2 life. Oh my god. That's busted. I mean, I really would want to get rid of that. But I think the most important thing would be to get rid of Sigarda. Sigarda is not a human, luckily, so once she is gone, the rest of the humans are back to a normal size. But my opponent has so much mana, they can very soon cast again, flashback the Storm the Festival. Oh, Maya is also pumping all the humans. That's just fantastic. Man, what a funky game. I like opponent's deck. So this is human tribal for current Alchemy Standard. Yep, it looks like very fun jank, to be honest. And what would I want to do here? I can't do that much. I don't think this is really where we want to be, but you know, not much choice. We'll discard our opponent's last card, which is another Catilda. Maybe we can survive 1 attack, and we're gonna go to 1 health, 1 life. But we can't cast any more of these cards then at that point. So a lot of these cards are going to damage. Oh wow. Okay, that was fast. Human tribal beat my budget elf tribal. I never thought that I would play humans against elves in Alchemy. How funny. How funny is that? Yeah, these events make people play funky junk. Alright, looks like a good hand. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it a go. And see how it goes. Oh no! The ruin crab is here. But actually we have some graveyard synergies, so it's not that horrible for us. But Louise is relentless. He's milling us like there is no tomorrow. Oh god, look at that. Well, anyway, we're gonna bring this ritualist, and at least we can start exerting a little bit of pressure at our opponent. Yeah, we can get back something pretty decent, so it's not even that bad. Ooh, opponent just sent something. They foretold something. He looked like a cheeky person. Wait, I will probably bring my Sentinel, attack with my Ritualist, and make my opponent discard something. What was that? So many cards I never play. So they had a Cinderclasm, which deals 1 damage to each creature. If it was quick, it deals 2 damage to each creature instant. It's not a bad card as an instant. And they have Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Wow, half of my deck is gone, man. And my Tiger is gone. How sad. Tasha? Okay, and we have Demon Bolt. I mean, Demon Bolt is actively pretty good. It can stop their crab. I don't think I would have found any removal, so we're just gonna go in for 4. And we have to hope that our opponent doesn't have a lot more Tasha's Hideous Laughters and similar spells. If they do, we might just be dead. Yeah, because our cards are quite low cost mostly, right? Like our curve tops out at 4, so oh no, maddening cacophony. Good grief, what's going on here? This is pretty hilarious though, I like it. Okay, we're going to ninjutsu in the Liberator. Deal 6 damage, draw a card. Yep. Yes. Seek a non-land permanent. We get another Harald. It's still 3 damage, so we have lethal on board. Our opponent really has to do something. I mean, they must have some removal, right? Okay, they have a crab. Still have 20 cards. They have to do a lot of work this turn if they want to mill us out from here, don't they? They have another cacophony. Does that didn't get there? And oh wait, we can't quite finish them off. Maybe we can draw into something. No, we don't get any of our removal. Shush. That's sad. I think we're just gonna bring this. Should we just painful bond again? Yeah, I might find my yes. There you go. How lucky! Wow! That was super lucky. And then we have lethal. Okay, wow. I was worried that they were gonna get one more turn and then they would have definitely milled us out. But that Black Chiefs saved us. That was good. That was good. Alchemy is not in a bad place. So the problem with Alchemy, some people were complaining that Alchemy as a concept is bad or the cards are bad, and I agree that the cards are not like very creative. A lot of the mechanisms are a bit like, ooh, we can do this now. But I didn't have this. This is fun. So are all the lands it can give you bad? No, Posage is good. It's not great. Not too horrible, I would say. No, not good, definitely. But it's something. Reality, fragment reality can be good in an aggressive deck where you only have that one mana, or a very fast deck where you can't spend more, but you really need some removal for some reason to make sure you get in. Okay, I mean, this was a very, very fun event. I can really recommend this to everyone. It's free. You have to play Alchemy, but when you log in next time, you are going to get a bunch of free cards anyway, and it's just pretty hilarious, to be honest.